I'm Irving, and I'm an Adamaniac. The last time we saw Bruce Wayne, he was strapped to a gurney that was about to plunge off a 300-foot drop. Bats can fly, but not while they're tied to a stretcher. What is he going to do? Not to worry, the convenience fairy was with him. Between the two of them, they got his arms loose just in time to grab that perfectly located bar. Not far-fetched at all. In the secret hideout, Tut wants to see the latest news about the Bruce Wayne kidnapping. Nefertiti wants to watch a demolition derby. Tut wins just as the news anchor tosses it over to Commissioner Gordon.
For the latest word on the Bruce Wayne kidnapping, I am proud to present my never-failing aid in the war against crime, the one and only Batman.
Thank you, Commissioner. First, I'd like to assure Mr. Bruce Wayne's many friends and associates that he is unharmed and will soon be returned home.
What? Batman? He turns me on.
Forgive us, Father. We did actually talk like that. We knew not what we did.
Nefertiti, we could have you filleted for that.
But he's so handsome and clean-cut and groovy.
Please stop! The 60s! It burns! Batman announces that he's going to Egypt to do some research. Tut objects to Batman calling him a madman, and Nefertiti starts talking about his life as a professor and the riot, and Tut has heard enough.
Seize my subversive queen! To the dungeons with her!
This is a leftover exhibit from last year's exhibition. It has dungeons? He says while Batman is off in Egypt, he'll finish the task of abducting Bruce Wayne. Because why do it right when you can do it again? Well, of course, Batman isn't going to Egypt. He's going to wait for Tut to try and snatch Bruce Wayne again. And he says he wants him to succeed, but he's a little vague about that. Step 1, get Aunt Harriet to safety.
Goodbye, Alfred. Now be sure Dick gets his warm milk before retiring, won't you?
You may rest assured of it, madam.
Just imagine, Alfred, a weekend in the country.
Cool! Which country? They have a lifelike dummy of Bruce tucked in on the couch while Batman and Robin are hiding around the corner, ready to spring the trap.
It's time to get set, Robin. It's almost Horuapa Simba.
Almost what?
Horuapa Simba. 6 o'clock in our nomenclature. In the 14th dynasty, the hour of the hyena. The time when ancient Egyptian super criminals invariably struck.
Ancient Egypt was overrun with super criminals, you see. And of course, the ancient Egyptians used the much later Babylonian method of time measurement in hours because Batman says so.
Gosh, Batman, is there anything you don't know?
Oh yes, Robin. Several things, in fact.
But he gets interrupted before he can think of one. We see Alfred take a pill, then answer the door.
Can I be of any assistance to you?
Sure you can. I've been sent over by the chief to watch over Mr. Wayne, in case those devilish kidnappers should try to strike again.
I think my wife's cat does a better Irish accent.
Observe, the master's enjoying a moment's respite from the day's cares. Would that we all might enjoy such fortune.
Don't worry, Buster. It can be arranged.
That's the second time that's happened to Alfred. I hope he gets hazard pay. You completely missed his face, Dodo. Try again. He killed him? Oh no, he's just covering him up so they can carry him out. That's a relief.
Extraordinary how that anti-gas pill works.
And it works instantly, too. It didn't even have time to reach his stomach.
No more talking.
When you're Batman, you don't just lie down on a couch. You do it with flair. So when the bad guys think they're carrying off Bruce Wayne, they're really carrying off one of the other voices in his head. Clever. Two guys come in and carry the much lighter, much stiffer dummy that has now been put in Batman's place, and the plan is in motion. What's the next step?
We track them on the bat scanner to their criminal hideout. Quick, Alfred. You go to the service elevator. I'll meet you in the Batcave.
Roger.
What if Alfred wants to slide down a pole and get a silly costume too? Why does he always have to take the service elevator? He never gets to have any of the fun. That's not very nice. In the Batcave, Robin calls Commissioner Gordon.
Okay, Commissioner. They've got Bruce Wayne.
Only it's really Batman, right?
That kind of goes without saying, but you're not supposed to know it.
Right. Heartwarming indeed, boy wonder the way a distinguished millionaire like Bruce Wayne cooperates in the fight against crime.
Since that crime just affected him directly in the form of getting kidnapped, I'd say he has a pretty vested interest in cooperating.
Not all millionaires would be so self-sacrificing.
It's a good thing this didn't air in our present time. Somebody would have immediately started the hashtag #NotAllMillionaires. I'm not sure I'd be able to handle it.
Look at them, Alfred. Tracking perfectly.
He told Gordon there was a homing transmitter in Batman's cowl. Presumably that means one transmitter. Why are there 3 blips?
Peculiar.
What?
Message of Anubis interprets itself as follows. What seems is not. Inside its bonds, the leopard has changed its spots.
Convenient that he's reading that very specific oracle just at that moment. And where'd it come from anyway? These guys were saying earlier that Tut is a kook, so why are they reading his Egyptian religious stuff?
Daddy.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, there's no extra charge for making sure.
And Batman just lays there and lets that guy bash the daylights out of his pillow. He must have hit that pillow harder than anybody thought. That fake bonk on the head also destroyed the hidden transmitter, so Robin doesn't have a way to track him now. He has Alfred turn on an emergency tracking system that the good old convenience fairy dropped off last week, but it's not picking anything up either.
Tick, tock, tick, tock.
Enjoying yourself, Batman? The dreaded ancient Theban pebble torture?
Obviously it's working on Nefertiti. She's got all the sanity of a ham sandwich left by the looks of it. He expects the same thing to happen to Batman. Batman begs Tut to remember when he was a Yale professor and give himself up, as if that's going to do anything but make him mad. And besides, that speech only works on women. In the Batcave, Robin and Alfred are trying to extrapolate based on the bad guy's path and make an educated guess where they're going.
It coordinates 47 to 61.
Wait a minute. Coordinates 47 to 61. Holy false front! Fake Egyptian palace from last year's Gotham City exposition.
Everybody knew it was still there. This guy is into Egypt everything. And nobody thought to look for him there? I'm running out of negative superlatives to apply to this police force. Just then the bat phone rings. Tut is holding Batman and will exchange him for $1 million cash to be delivered personally by Bruce Wayne.
But unfortunately, I can't get a hold of Bruce Wayne. There's no answer at his stately mansion.
Perhaps he should invest a little less in stateliness and a little more in a phone answering machine. Robin says, "Don't worry, I'll find him." Alfred wonders why he didn't tell the police that he knows where King Tut's hideout is.
I didn't dare chance it. They're great guys, Alfred, but they can be a little heavy-handed too.
Not to mention, they've been known to do this.
We took a wrong turn off of Route 49.
And this.
When Commissioner Gordon told me to go to the museum, naturally, I thought he meant the wax museum. Otherwise, we'd have been here sooner.
And when those fiends have Batman...
I follow your thinking. The rude intrusion of the police might have provoked the criminals to some unhappy act of violence.
Even worse, if they hear the police coming, they might kill him. Oh wait, that's the same thing Alfred said. Sort of. Robin says to the Batmobile.
But you don't have a license to drive, Master Robin.
But you do.
And having Bruce Wayne's butler driving Robin around in the Batmobile won't tip off anything, right?
Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder where you're at. Chief Torturer, what's the latest pebble count?
Coming down now, O mighty Pharaoh, number 1,000.
That's supposed to be the magic number that transforms him into a drooling vegetable. He has them brought to the throne room, takes them out of the jars, puts on some bat music, and orders them to dance. Wait, dance? Oh no. No, not that. Anything but that. Not the... Back to sea! At least he's added some flair to it. Now that's flair. He starts pummeling the henchman while Tut stares in disbelief.
Thought you'd unhinge me, did you? I fooled you. I kept my reason by reciting the multiplication tables backwards.
Gosh, Batman, I'll never neglect my math again.
Robin comes charging in and helps Batman clean up, but King Tut escapes in the confusion.
The Batmobile! It's gone!
Alfred, old fella, are you all right?
Most remiss of me, sir. I let that ruffian overpower me.
How dare you not be 40 years younger and in perfect shape? You're fired!
Only one thing to do. Pursue him in this curious royal bark.
But if it's all the same to you, Alfred, I'll drive this time. You sit over there and work on taking a punch. King Tut sees they're following and tries out some of the gadgets. I've seen bigger clouds coming out of a chain smoker's car, but it's enough to foil Batman.
Quick, hand me your tiny utility belt transmitter. My own's disabled.
I get it. You're gonna try the remote-controlled Batmobile circuit via the Batcave relay link.
Right, Robin, it's our only chance.
If he could do that all the time, why did he bother chasing him in that monstrosity?
Batman to Batcave. Voice control, Batmobile, relay, circuit, switch, on. Batmobile ejection seat, fire.
What the heck? The failure signal.
Circuit's on the blink, I'm afraid.
How can it be?
Well, that'd wrap things up too quick, and we still have some time to fill.
Human mechanisms are made by human hands, Robin. None of them is infallible. It's a lesson which must be faced.
Yeah, that too. Or, as I like to say, technology's great when it works. Just then, Tut comes back and gets ready to fire the bat beam at them.
Farewell! We rid Thebes forever of its rodents.
He's gonna fire it at the truck, so of course they crouch right next to it. That'll keep them a lot safer than, oh, I don't know, running away. It set off a smoke bomb right in his face.
Holy skyrocket! He hit the bat beam button and the ejector seat went off.
Might want to have an electrician take a look at that car before you try to use that bat beam again. Tut comes crashing down and wonders what the heck just happened.
Well hit, son.
But you should have let Alfred have that one. He owed it to Tut.
Gosh, and to think he was once a famous professor at Yale University.
That's life, Robin, full of ups and downs. It ill befits any of us to grow too confident.
I confess, in the 50 years since I first watched this show, I had forgotten about all of Batman's sappy speeches.
A tragic case, Batman. One of the saddest which has ever crossed my ken.
And he's not handcuffed because...
There may be hope for him yet.
But how?
With proper treatment.
Our mental institutions are hopelessly overcrowded. The taxpayers are blind to our pleas.
Subtle, guys. Very subtle.
What about the Wayne Foundation?
Gosh, yes. That's a great idea, Batman.
But do you think Mr. Wayne will go for it?
after being kidnapped by this devil.
Chief O'Hara, I understand that Mr. Bruce Wayne is a man of great understanding and compassion.
I also hear he's devilishly charming, a great dancer, and good looking too.
I'll phone Bruce Wayne instantly and ask him to come over here.
They're saved from that awkwardness by Tut waking up.
Miss Rid, young gentleman rioting is not going. Be careful. Ooh. Oh, what an amazing dream.
In true cartoon fashion, all it took was another good bop on the head to restore him to sanity.
I must be late for class.
Late for class?
Yes, Egyptology 7 meet. Oh, my. What is this?
Okay, who wants to tell him? Nobody? Me neither.
Oh, whatever will the dean say?
I'm sure he's already said it several times. You don't want to know. I still have trouble buying this character. I'm more familiar with mental illness than I ever wanted to be, so I understand delusions and things like that. What I don't understand is how somebody in that state gets followers willing to dress up in goofy ancient costumes and talk like a bad rendition of Shakespeare. Again, where did he get his money? This wasn't a religious thing or some kind of brainwashing. His henchmen knew he was crazy, but they were expecting to get paid, and paid very well. How? It just doesn't track. Victor Buono did a nice job of playing the megalomaniac nutjob who's nevertheless technically an innocent because his sane self has no control over what he's doing. And the transition there at the end was outstanding. He still had the same little gestures and things like that, but in a much more timid and subdued way. That's some excellent acting. I do wonder what he thought of the character, but he took it and made everything he could out of it. Well done. Then there's the question of Nefertiti. Whatever became of her? Are they going to get her mental treatment? She needs it a lot more than the professor does. But we never find out. We never even find out who she really was and how he conned her into playing Nefertiti. In part 1, Batman was lamenting the corruption of some poor innocent female, but by the end of the story he doesn't seem to care anymore. Maybe we just ran out of time and couldn't shoehorn the end of that story into 24 minutes. Whatever the case, I have to say that this story was one of their less successful efforts. Hopefully next time will be better. I'm Irving and I'm an Adamaniac.